Still in the first flush of youth, it's Jonny Gould.
And getting there slowly. Morning, sports fans. Liverpool expect to receive written reasons from the Football Association today for handing down a 10-match ban to Luis Suarez for biting Branislav Ivanovic. A charge of violent conduct usually carries with it a suspension of just 3 games, but the FA has decided to pile on an additional 7 matches. The club, who declared shock and disappointment at the ban, have until noon tomorrow to appeal that sanction. Meanwhile, it's half-time in both Champions League semi-finals, and it's looking like it'll be an all-German Champions League final at Wembley next month. Borussia Dortmund beat Real Madrid 4-1 in their first leg last night. Robert Lewandowski got all 4 for Dortmund, while Cristiano Ronaldo netted for Madrid. That away goal keeps the tie alive. It's not over till it's over. And Bayern Munich, as we know, beat Barca 4-0 in the first leg of their tie on Tuesday evening. They need a match fit and up at it. Messi at Camp Nou. For Barca, the tie is over, maybe. Now, Bayern have looked exceptionally strong this season, both at home and in Europe, and with Pep Guardiola arriving as their coach next season, they're on their way to becoming the foremost club in Europe. And Dortmund imagine their names on the trophy after their last-minute turnaround to beat Malaga in the quarterfinals, and they've won the title before. But Ronaldo's away goal gives them that vital chink of light. It's Chelsea against FC Basel in the semi-finals of the Europa League tonight. The opening match of the tie takes place in Switzerland, and the top trainer who's admitted doping horses will appear before a British horse racing authority disciplinary panel later today. His name is Mahmoud Al-Zarouni, who's part of the Godolphin stable. He says he's made a catastrophic mistake in giving anabolic steroids to 11 animals, and I will probably never mention his name in a sports bulletin again. For Smooth Radio Sport, I'm Jonny Gould.
Who, by the way, passes a drugs test every morning at 5 o'clock. The decision on Luis Suarez was made yesterday, as you said. We know the facts now. We know what's going to happen. We know what has happened. But as a football fan, Jonny, because in my view he should be taken out into the Atlantic and sunk with lead weights around his legs. What are your thoughts?
Well, Simon, the decision was made with such haste that I fancy Liverpool will be able to pick at it when they receive this written document today, and they will appeal, although there is a risk in appeal that can go wrong. The FA could slap more matches on the ban, and he'll miss the last 4 games of this season and the first 6 of next season so far. There's 2 ways to look at this. Few beyond the confines of Anfield and their fans back Suarez. He's been in scrapes before, and when he got banned for 8 matches for racial abuse, he was warned as to his future conduct. He's even been banned for biting before, not in this country, but for Ajax, and he never played for that team again. But the other way of looking at this is the FA have been hoisted by their own disciplinary petard. Having slapped that 8-match ban on him before, they've got to be seen to be inflating that number. It makes the process look ever so slightly arbitrary. The number is bigger, the more random the punishment. How can they possibly add these numbers up together and make a sort of justice system? The FA stood by and did nothing as Callum McManaman tackled Masadio Haidara so recklessly. And when Sergio Aguero nobbled David Luiz in the semi-final, they also stood by and said, well, it's the referee on the day, isn't it? So Suarez is a convenient fall guy. I think the FA have acted in haste under pressure from that potent cocktail of media scrutiny and public opinion, and I look forward to what Liverpool have to say about it.
Well, let me just pick this up on, because the former Director General of the BBC, who sank his teeth into a sub-editor, had to leave the country. He's now in New York.
Right.
John Terry got a 4-match ban for racial abuse. Surely, if anything, the judgment should have gone the other way. He should have been banned for more matches.
Do you decide whether biting is worse than racism? This is the point that I'm making. The idea that, he should have 8 matches for for being racist. He's got 4 matches because his lawyers are better, possibly, allegedly. And now biting, well, no, that's even worse. So there is a sort of randomness about it. And of course, as I mentioned, the bigger the number, the more random the punishment.
Yeah. Brilliant. Flatten me.